Were you surprised to see how well Pacquiao did?
I have to be honest, I was very surprised that he put up a performance like that. Um, I did wonder why Keith was taking that fight so soon after a long layoff in just one fight.
Mm.
It takes more than one fight to get the ring rust off and get back to where you are and where you need to be. It takes more than one fight. So I think they gave him the fight at the right time. Again, the smart matchmaker, smart choice on Pacquiao there to get a big name, but not a name that, not a fighter that's fully back from where he was.
Mm-hmm.
That's not to make any excuse for Keith, um, but I think that he might only been 70%. Um, it takes a while to be off 2 years and not do anything, and to come back in a matter of months. He had the one Jose Cito fight. To come back in a few months and fight another fight, it takes you at least 3, 4 fights to get back in that groove. If you look at Tyson Fury, he's banking his next fight with Deontay Wilder on the fact that I've been active, I've been in camp. It doesn't matter who I'm fighting. I'm already fighting at a high level that a lot of people thought that I won anyway. So all I got to do is stay in camp, get different sparring, keep my weight down, keep getting the right opponents, and when I go into the fight this time, I'll be 100%.
Mm-hmm.
So in terms of strategy and strategic moves, he's doing it right. Um, and you have to do it that way. So I think Keith took the fight too soon. That's not taking anything away from Pacquiao. But again, I don't think Keith was at his best that he could have been if he'd have been more active and maybe had another fight or two in between. But hey, you can't turn down that fight, that kind of money. He's young enough where he can come back. Hopefully he'll come back soon and keep getting back into his groove and get himself in position to be managed 147 again. As always, the fight was good enough to justify a rematch. Um, so maybe that'll be something on the table. But we'll see.
Do you think that's what should happen? Like, do you think that would be the best move for both guys? A rematch?
I think that if Keith wins a couple of fights that are tough, competitive fights, and Pacquiao, I don't know who he's going to fight next. I feel like he'll stay away from Spence. I feel like he'll stay away from Porter. And as far as the fans are concerned, and a uh, pay-per-view opportunities, I think he would probably have to come back to Keith based on the pay-per-view buys and based on the intriguing moments of the first fight. Because you look at Keith, he was battling back in the fight until Pacquiao landed the body shot. So it was a fight. It was an interesting fight. It wasn't confirmed. The victory wasn't confirmed until the 10th round. And even then, people would have knocked him down a couple of times, even knocked him out. That could have been different. But in terms of points, I think it was sealed at the 10th round when Pacquiao hurt him to the body. And Keith's body language gave away so much. His body language gave away that I'm in distress, that I don't have an answer for this. His body language hurt him in terms of scoring. I thought that the scoring was a little wider than the closeness of the fight. I thought the fight was much closer than what the scoring indicated.
I know, I mean, obviously, you know, Keith, I mean, I agree. I don't think Keith was fully 100%, but I don't want to make any excuses or anything like that. But having said that, could you see any signs of age in Pacquiao? I mean, I know it was a great performance, but I do still kind of put an asterisk on it a little bit, just in my mind, knowing, you know, that Keith kind of rushed back into that. Were there things that you saw out of Pacquiao where you felt like, man, I don't know, maybe 1 or 2 more fights, but he should probably start really think about hanging him up, or is he looking that good now?
I think in comparison to the younger Pacquiao, the Pacquiao a few years ago, you would have to consider age and then and compare how they looked. He did appear to be tired in the middle rounds, or maybe he strategically took his foot off the gas to conserve energy. But if you look at the fights maybe 4 or 5 years ago, you would see him really pushing the envelope in the middle rounds, which he didn't do. I actually thought Keith was really getting back into that fight until the body shot landed. So it's obvious that he's got to pick and choose his moments. It's obvious that he's got to conserve energy and can't go 100 miles an hour like he used to. He's got to fight smarter, and he's got to know when to pick it up and put it down.